entire of the brand new Red Bull playlist has leaked, I guess. This one is really unfortunate. What's going on, boys? My name is Sid, and welcome back. Yes, in between some of the biggest collaborations I've ever gotten. By the way, check out my video that I made with Shmee. Like, Shmee himself drove this car that you're looking at right now. That video is on the channel. Watch it right after this one. But in between all those collabs coming out, we've got some normal run-of-the-mill crew stuff to talk about. And this time around, it appears there's been a bit of a blunder. See, sometimes the crew gives us teasers, like a billboard in the game teasing the next update, or a location that's going to be a main staple of an update being in a sort of being set up construction phase in the update before. But sometimes it's unintended. Like the time brand new cars that hadn't been seen yet ended up in the custom show. Or a more accurate one to what's happened in this video is the UI sometimes exposes new things. Like when certain vanity items in their list of compatible vehicles and you click exceptions to show what it's not on, yeah, that would include any vehicle that's gonna be added during that update. And that would leak vehicles. But I'm here to draw all of that back to the Red Bull update. See, we're in the midst of this Red Bull update, and something you may have even forgotten by now is that we are confirmed a guaranteed second playlist during this update, the Red Bull Wild Ride. And they didn't exactly hide this from us. They told us at the beginning that we're gonna get a second playlist May 7th. And this video is not only going to include an accidental showing of the entire playlist. Don't worry, I will warn you when there's explicit spoilers. But I'm also going to break down literally everything we know about this playlist so far, including locations, cars, all of that. Now, of course, they revealed to me to reveal to you early during that early access the information about the brand new playlist. But what I didn't see was what was in the launch trailer. See, in the launch trailer, they show you the stuff that's in Speed Clash, but this is stuff we already all know. We've seen the events, but then they switched to Wild Ride. 7 events, 12 side activities, and 25 challenges. And we know every single one of those events now. Oh, what an unfortunate bug. And we immediately start with seeing the Audi in Rallycross on off-road and then going off of whatever the hell that is. With some kind of targets on the side. But I'm here to give a full breakdown, so don't worry, I've got some extra info. The article for this update also showed multiple vehicle categories, the brand new thing that they did with the first playlist. Well, new playlist game mode action list, something that is absolutely not in the first playlist, so there's only one other place it can be. This game mode, you must complete a list of actions to succeed in this playlist. You'll need to perform them quickly if you can hope to claim the top spot. Complete your list of actions across the finish line in good time, but keep your eyes open for opportunities along the way to hit targets to increase your chances of reaching the top of the leaderboard. And that back there, dear viewer, looks to be a target. Then we switch to this, which is just the RB20 going through, you know, there's more targets on either side. This also appears to be an action list event because it's got Hoonigan, Precision, like the precision barrier thing. You know what I'm talking about already if you play the Hoonigan playlist. And then there's targets in the back as well. But this is the more important bit. So, at the bottom of the volcano, in a more, like, well, you'll see where we get to see this other event in this playlist. You can see from the barrier saying Red Bull Wild Ride with an F1 car on a rally track. But that may look odd, but there's a reason. Not a reason that it looks odd. There's a reason that it exists. Because this is this is a cow. Because this is something Red Bull do. Every now and then, they'll put dirt tires on their F1 cars. They'll stiffen the suspension, and then they'll have it to that. Oh, that's a really expensive vehicle right there. More off-roading from the Red Bull F1 vehicle. It's interesting that this whole playlist is so Red Bull that a lot of the stuff that we've gotten is essentially from just seeing what Red Bull does, like the water bike that we know a lot more about in this video, and all of that. And even more information on this whole playlist comes in the form of all the locations. See, normally, the way these second playlists get baited out is that all of the locations for their events have to be in-game beforehand, because if they weren't, the game would have to be updated every time they did a new playlist, and that would get annoying and probably cost too many resources, so they just put them in the game at the beginning, and then they activate them eventually. Well, right opposite the Red Bull Speed Clash playlist, we have another container ready to be the Red Bull Wild Ride playlist. Doesn't stop there. See, event 1 is likely the inactive event right around the corner. In fact, we already know what event that's gonna be. But there's a few other event locations that we know about. One is all the way down here. You can see some vehicles actually drive up to it, but this location around here, I don't think this is the F1 car drives off-road. Nah. Then we have one over... There it is. This event, which is, as you can see, the Audi going into it, which is most likely the water bike. Thanks to this whole stuff being here with, you know, what else is gonna... You know, what else is gonna go directly from there to there to... Yeah. Then there's another event over here on this island, which... As you may know from one of my facts and glitches, used to be a island that's actually in Hawaii, but has instead been named after a Hawaiian channel, and yada yada, now they can finally do that map expansion, blah blah blah. There's an event over here, and that's also from this next playlist. And then what is likely the event, which is the drifting F1 car off-road, just based on the trailer, is this one over here. It's found there on the map, and I want to thank Tomco, by the way, as although I found those first 4, these ones I didn't really know about or have the general location of. Then we eventually make our way over to the city over at the harbor, and we find this one, which will, I mean, honestly I couldn't start guessing what events are what, but this whole thing, structure, does look rather similar to one of the images in the playlist that we'll see later in this video. And finally, this event over here. That is all 7 event locations and the playlist start. Now for what you've all been waiting for. The big blunder that literally shows us the whole playlist. Well, if you go into profile, you go into driver, avatar customization, clothing, helmets, you make sure that you've bought my helmet, set to mandatory, and purchase my helmet. See, my name's on it, buy it. But once you've bought it, you go to the very end. This one's in the main stage. This one is a reward from the Red Bull Wild Ride playlist. Sid, is that really all you have? Is that really all you have, Sid? You just have a helmet that's from the playlist? Spoilers, okay? This is the bit with spoilers on the playlist. Not going to show you the actual events, like doing them, but it will spoil the events. Well, let me see what happens when I click A. Welcome to the Red Bull Wild Ride playlist. Oh, and look at this. Look at this. Oh, look at it. Look at this. Look at this. Hang on. Where's my... let me turn this off. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, there she is. Oh, the Robbie Madison edition, KTM 450 EXC, a proper look of the proper asset, which is the motocross bike in this playlist. Now, thankfully, it's not like this blunder is gonna leak, like, gonna let you drive cars early or revealing anything early, really. The only thing it's revealing most of all is that the bike is the playlist reward and the events. But we knew we were getting a playlist. We could have guessed what vehicles it was really gonna feature. I mean, we can see what the skills will be. A bullseye, a slalom, a big jump, a low altitude, not a lot of those, and another big jump. Then photo ops will be take a picture of the Audi RSQ e-tron near the Maui Big Hands location. Then take a picture of the RSQ again near the big whales, and take a picture of the Robbie Madison in front of Maui Grand Prix, Big Pyramid, whatever. Challenges we can't see because we can't finish the playlist. Custom mode we can't see because we can't finish the playlist. But let's start figuring out what this playlist is all about. Oh yeah, we can also see the leaderboards. Isn't that fun? I mean... Oh, what? No one's ranked yet? What? Ah, we can also see what vehicles will be available to use in these events. Wonder if there's any silly funny ones. I mean, oh, this one's only able to be done in Rally. Really? No, I lied. Sorry. Completely lied. So this one obviously is a boat event which can be done in motocross and powerboat. God, they should bring Jet Sprint back, man. We've got like 3 air vehicles. Give us 3 water vehicles. The Joker. This one can only be done in motocross. Interesting, because it's the water bike event. A drift event. Nice. That can be done in everything, so it's not really about drifting. It's probably just a point-to-point. That's fine. That's fine, honestly. We got another just general off-road event, which is the... we'll talk about it. And then jet plane helicopter for the final event, which appears to be an air event. Oh, no. Multi-vehicle. Okay. It says motocross. Okay, so this is just going to be a switching from whatever. All right, well, let's start breaking these down. The first event in the Audi RSQ e-tron. That thing over there, which you can already see out and about in the world. Unfortunately, it's nighttime, so you can't exactly get a great look at it. This event, called Dealing the Cards, is described as, welcome back, the partnership continues. Time for you to meet the Daredevils, 3 extreme pilots joining the show to push vehicles and you to the limit. For an introduction, an all-out off-road confrontation. Talk about an icebreaker. Well, better get used to that space. This is Wild Ride, and it's only the beginning. Then Event 2 is the brand new action list type of an event. The Queen is the name of the event. It's in this thing, the brand new Red Bull Fiesta. The ride is on, and you're going for a duel against the Queen. Plus, you have to beat her on her own terms, on the dirt and in the action list trial. Target smashing, drifting, wall rides, roof jumps, perform the craziest tricks, beat the Queen's time, claim her throne. Sorry about the reading. I am dyslexic, so bear that one in mind. There's a news van? Wait, I've never seen there's a Motorfest news van? What the hell? That's so cool. Damn it, why do they keep adding so much cool stuff? I'm such a dork for this kind of world building. There's actually a special reward for this one, and that's that bobblehead over there. You get that for finishing this event the first time. The third event is Straight Rush. It's an outrun event. If you don't know what an outrun event is, it's the events from the Supercar Blondie playlist, where you get a timer and getting checkpoints extends that timer. The description for this one is time to show how wild you can get behind the wheel of a powerboat. You're taking a special edition of the Proto Water Rocket for a ride, but expect a few surprises out at sea. Dare to face the ocean, outrun the tide. Now you might be thinking, an exclusive version of the Proto WR1, is that a new vehicle? In fact, Sid, how are you driving it right now? Well, it's because it's not a new vehicle. The exclusive version, well, especially from the image and the artwork that we've seen of this playlist, it's not anything exclusive. It's just this update. They added a brand new exclusive livery that anyone can put on the boat. So that's what it is. It's the base WR1, but you put this livery on it. And a powerboat event. You know what? At least it's, it's mixing stuff up. It's nice. And event number 4 is the Joker. It shouldn't be funny. It shouldn't be funny, but it kind of is. This is another action list, the brand new event type, in the Robbie Madison, the water bike. Yes, you're gonna get to drive it in the playlist before you get it from the playlist. The description is, you're up for another duel against a daredevil, and this time it's the Joker. You're facing... It's not funny. It's not funny. They're saying daredevil and the Joker in the same sentence. It's kind of funny. Needless to say, up against this opponent, nothing will go as expected. Bike, water, targets, backflips, jumps, heights. For real, no joke. Alright, haha, very funny. Event number 5 in the playlist is called M4 of a Kind, and it's actually an event that features this thing. The thing that we just got in the year 2 pass. As I suspected, it's not technically a drift event, because it's not about drifting. It's more of a race, but in the playlist, you're doing it in a drift car. This is another outrun, so a beat the clock kind of event. The description of this one is the Drift Brothers BMW M4 is yours for the taking. The winding roads of Maui will be the perfect stage for a wild drifting exhibition. Take the drift monster for a ride. Set your tires ablaze. So it seems to be going establishing event, then taking on one of the three, then something else, then taking on one of the three, then something else, and then next we're taking on the last of the three. Event 6 is another action list, and it's the RB18 off-road, which hopefully handles a little bit better than the way this one handles off-road. To be fair, this thing's actually handling quite nicely. Whoa! This thing's a beast! Off-road! You're facing the last of the three Daredevils, and once again, all rules are off. The Ace is daring you to take an AGP car, the RB20, which seems to be a mistake in either the listing of the event or in the description of the event, because the actual event says it's in the RB18, the one I'm in. But as you can see, the description of the event says the RB20, so I guess we'll see when we see. And take it to places it was never meant to explore, like the dirt or the air. Oh, like the air? Is the RB18 gonna turn into the jet? Speaking of, where the hell's the jet? I guess we're getting it this month, not with the playlist, so... Dirt, speed, jumps, drift, and a total lack of common sense. That's what you're signing up for. And that's only the second to last event. That's not even the last event. This one we're taking on the Ace. Now, I'm curious who these three people are. Are they made up? Or are they, like, real Red Bull athletes setting times? What is this area, by the way? This area is sick. What the hell? Actually, I think I know exactly where this is because of... Yep, thought so. Because of driving across Maui with no roads. Fun video. And the final event, Full House, is another action list. This one is in multiple vehicles, though, so you'll be switching from one to the other to the other. The begins with motocross, and we can clearly see that there's a plane in there somewhere. It won't be this one. It'll be the one that we're getting at the end of this month. The Red Bull Extra 330 SC, whatever. The Ace, the Joker, and the Queen are teaming up to bring you the ultimate action list challenge. Water bike, plane, and racing car. There's your third one. No less. And countless tricks to perform to emerge victorious in this final dare. Time to play your best hand, because you're going all in. And that is the final event. A racing, plane, and motocross, well, the water bike in motocross event. It's a low cloud? Who dropped their cloud? The hell? Is this global warming's doing? Is this global warming? Is that what's going on here? God, I love the environment in this game. Lovely. And for all of that, you will receive the Red Bull motocross water bike. It's behind me. All right, you can see it. So there's the Red Bull playlist. By the way, like I said, subscribe. I don't even care if you subscribe. Go watch that Shmee video, because it's actually a goddamn good video, all right? Go watch it. Literally the last video I upload. You know what? It'll be on this end card. I hope so, at least. Probably. Can I change it to that? Will I remember? I don't know. All right, in a bit.